Fade out 1. Fade in 3.
Pizza Flicks Television Division presents
Further information has been received at this late hour from the authorities at the province prison in Quebec. It must be presumed, then, that Philip Bellefonte is still at large. His daring escape from the death house this morning, less than 48 hours from the date set for his execution, has placed in motion a combined Canadian and American manhunt.
Yes? Who is it?
I'm very sorry to trouble you.
What do you want?
Well, I'm afraid I've skidded into a snowbank and my wheels can't get enough traction.
Well, take a plank of wood from the shed in the back and place it in front of the rear wheels.
Well, that would be fine. Only, the rear right tire has been torn from the rim and I have no spare. If I could telephone for a tow truck, I'd be most grateful. Naturally, I'll pay for the call.
Who are you?
Oh, I don't think you know me. My name is Paul Richard. I'm very sorry.
Phone's over there.
Oh, thank you. The next town is Lake Marquette, isn't it?
It is.
Perhaps you could recommend a garage.
Daddy! Daddy! You've come back to us. Oh, you're not my daddy. I thought my daddy had come home. Do you know my daddy?
He doesn't know your daddy, Julia. And your daddy's not coming home. Now go back to bed.
I don't believe you, Mommy. Uncle Larry said that...
Never mind what anybody said. Just listen to what I say. Now go back to bed.
That's a very pretty doll.
Name's Stephen.
Stephen?
I wanted a baby brother, so...
So it's Stephen? Why not?
Do you know my daddy?
Please make your phone call. It's getting late.
That must be Daddy. That must be Daddy. Will you please help me? I can't see very well.
Of course. Oh, I'm afraid it's nothing but the wind. And some eyes falling from a branch.
He'll come, though. He'll be here tonight. I know that, and so does my mommy.
Go to bed, Julia. Immediately. It's much too late for you to be up.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello. This is the operator.
Hello?
The lines must be down.
Or the wire's cut.
Well, I guess I can try for Lake Marquette on a rim. I'll find a flat board on the shed and try to free myself from the snow.
You'll never make it.
But I can do no more than try.
Well, it could be dangerous for you if you pile into another drift on a lonely stretch of road.
I appreciate your concern, but...
You can spend the night here. Julie and I share the same room upstairs, and I can make up a bed for you down here.
Oh, well, I'll gladly stay. It's very kind of you.
Mommy! Mommy!
Please excuse me a moment.
And it is now almost accepted as fact that Philip Bellefonte has crossed the American border somewhere near Lake Marquette. Both American and Canadian police have confirmed reports that Bellefonte was seen driving a stolen car. All border communities are under intense scrutiny as the search for Philip Bellefonte continues. His execution, which was to have been carried out...
They still haven't found him, have they?
Not yet, Mrs. Bellefonte.
Then you know.
Among other things, I understand now your invitation to spend the night. You think he's out there, and you're afraid.
Why should I be afraid?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember some details of the trial. I remember that some people thought you behaved very badly on the stand.
Because I didn't lie for him? Is that behaving badly? Because I didn't substantiate his alibi that he was with me at the time of the murder? Because I didn't perjure myself? Is that behaving badly?
Men don't kill women for not doing something, Mrs. Bellefonte. And you are afraid that your husband has come here to kill you.
Philip knew all about Larry. Long before the murder, Philip knew that Larry and I were in love. Maybe it didn't sound quite proper on the stand when I told him that Larry and I were together at the time of the murder, but it was the truth.
People usually have so little to fear from the truth.
I'm cold. It's cold in here. It was a simple case. Everyone knew that. Philip killed his uncle. Everyone knew he was on bad terms with his uncle. He took a large sum of money, at least $50,000, after he killed him. Everyone knows that. He'd been drinking at the time, and that's why I suppose they found Philip's cap and heavy blackthorn stick beside the body.
They never did find the money, did they? Maybe that's what he's come for. If he's come, maybe the money is hidden here, in this house.
He's come to kill me, but you mustn't let him. I must call the police.
The phone isn't working. We're cut off.
He's got the wires. I know he has. But I'll be safe as long as you're here.
Don't you have a gun?
No. I'm cold. I'm trembling from the cold.
I'll get some wood and make a fire.
No, I don't want to be alone.
Come with me, then. At least to the door. Show me where the wood is. Come, you'll be safe, I promise you that. Or stay here if you wish. All right, you stay here. Is there a wood box?
Side of the house.
Come outside a moment.
Why?
You mentioned a blackthorn stick. Did your husband... Did you always use a walking stick?
Yes, almost always. He was a bit lame from a mill accident. Why?
I'll show you why. Look at the footprints. Right to the window. I imagine he saw me in there with you and Julia. I should say he's waiting for me to go. And then...
Please light the fire. I'm almost sick from the cold.
There will be no fire now. If we're under siege, we may as well be clever about it. As any soldier could tell you, you're seldom killed by the weather, but you seldom survive if you set yourself up as a target.
I'm so cold I can't stand it.
Got anything to drink?
Yes, some cognac.
Well, get it. And keep clear of the window. We do with less moonlight, but perhaps it's just as well. It gives him less darkness to...
What? What is it?
A shadow. I thought I saw a shadow. The back of the house. Is the back door locked?
Yes. It's locked and barred.
No, thanks. I'm not as cold as you are. Perhaps because I don't have as much to fear. And I want to think clearly. Poor devil. Freezing to death out there in the snow. Hunted like an animal. I've been a prisoner myself once. I know what it is to run through the night with your lungs full of fear, waiting for a bullet to tear into your back, sometimes hoping that if there is to be an end, it will be swift and clean and warm.
He's a murderer.
He's a man, and hunted. I don't think he'll wait too long to make his move.
Not while you're here.
I wonder.
Daddy!
Go to her.
He'll kill me.
Come on, go to her.
No.
Daddy! Daddy!
Come back to bed, dear. It's cold here.
I had a dream about Daddy, and then I went to the windows and looked out. I saw someone. It must be him. Why won't Mommy let him in? He must be so cold out there, and he's so nice to me. I love him so much, and I don't believe Mommy when she says he's bad.
Go back to sleep, dear.
Why did everything change? We were so happy here. We used to play all the time. Then one night some men came in big heavy coats and took him away. He cried when they took him away. Mommy was mean to him. She was always mean to him. And he treated her so nice.
Mrs. Belafonte?
I saw his hand at the window.
So did I. I'm sure your child saw him, too. Well, dress her.
Dress her?
Yes, dress her warmly. I'm taking her with me.
You're leaving me here?
Look, it's not my job to chase convicts or to protect anyone. The child, well, that's different.
If you leave me here alone, you're killing me as surely as my husband will.
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps all he wants is the money. In any case, it's no concern of mine. If you don't dress the child, I will do so myself.
You lied to me. You lied to me about the telephone, Mr. Richard, or whatever your name is.
Was not working before. Perhaps they repaired it.
Hello? Larry. Larry, you must come to the cottage right away. I cannot meet you anywhere. I can't leave the house. Philip is outside. He's waiting to kill me. What? How can I bring anything? I'm trapped. Larry, listen. Larry, don't hang up. We're in this thing together. Larry. Larry?
A brave man, Larry.
You're not a stranded wayfarer at all, are you? You're here by design, Mr. Shall we keep calling you Richard?
Why not?
I'm sure there's no tire torn off the rim of a wheel, and I'm sure you're here for something. Shall I tell you why you came here?
Please do.
You want the $50,000.
Let's turn up all the cards, Mrs. Belafonte. One at a time if you wish, but let's spread them all out on the table. Face up. I do want the $50,000.
You had no intention of leaving here at all, did you?
None at all. Until I had the money. I must say, I thought your husband would be caught long before now.
What makes you think the money is here?
Why don't you call the police?
Very well. The money is here. Philip hid it in the house after he killed his uncle. He didn't think I'd find it, but I did.
Just a moment, please. I suggest that we put all the cards on the table.
That's what I'm doing.
Yes, but you're also introducing another deck. The sleight of hand is very confusing. Besides, I'm interested in one of the discards. The jack of clubs, perhaps. Larry.
I don't need Larry.
Of course not. You didn't need Philip, so you discarded him. You don't need Larry now, so you discard him. But you do need me for the moment.
I do. I admit that. And I'm willing to make an arrangement.
That's sensible.
What would you suggest?
I suggest that you give me the $50,000.
Of course. And have you leave immediately.
Very well. What do you suggest?
I suggest that you spend the night here. Wait till morning, or till Philip is caught by the police, and we'll split the $50,000.
But when Philip, your dear husband, is caught, why should you give anything to anybody?
That's very true. It would seem as though we've reached an impasse.
It would seem so, but we have not.
More cards?
All trumps. Number one, I served time with your husband in prison. He never stole the $50,000. Number two, he hasn't come here for the money, but merely to kill you. And of course, to take your child, Julia, away with him after he's done so. Of course, he'll be caught eventually, but he's not thinking rationally at the moment. It's true I lied to you before. I wanted to give you the impression that you were trapped, cut off. You are. So you see, we have not reached an impasse.
What do you intend to do?
I intend to leave. And in a little while, return. You will be dead. Perhaps I'll find the money, perhaps not. But I do not have what we call in French an embarras du choix. I just mean I have no choice.
It's a very good idea, but I don't think it's going to work.
Why not?
Well, you told me a lie before. But then I told one, too. You asked me if I had a gun. I said no. You couldn't reach me or the door ahead of a bullet, could you?
I could not.
Take off your coat. Stay a while.
Thanks. But then, if you had a gun all the time, what did you need me for?
I didn't want to use it unless I had to.
I see. May I have a drink?
You may. It's on the table. Very careful. No, thank you. So once again, the $50,000 is all mine.
I imagine that's the way you had it planned anyway. I merely made you bring out the gun sooner.
That's true. I had planned on killing you anyway. You could very well be charged as my husband's accomplice. And besides, who cares about an ex-convict?
Certainly not you. Now let's see. Philip will be taken care of or killed. I will be taken care of or killed. But what about Larry? Something must be done about Larry.
He won't make trouble. He'll be hiding out in Chicago with a brother. After all...
Oh, yes. One of the cards we didn't turn over. Shall you turn it over, or shall I? It was Larry who killed the old man. Then he planted Philip's cap and stick to frame him. That's why you'll get no trouble from Larry, even though you were his accomplice and lied about your husband's alibi.
When Philip is executed, the case will be closed. That's the last card to be turned up.
Not quite. There is one more. But there is plenty of time. I wonder how long Philip will wait.
The police! I want the police!
They're already here. I've kept one card hidden, too. Now they're all turned over. I am a police officer. Very well timed, Sergeant. Your husband was captured 3 hours after he escaped this morning. Naturally, we kept the news secret. You can handle the important pickup. Larry Henderson killed Philip Belafonte's uncle. He's on his way to Chicago.
We can handle that part, Lieutenant.
Could you take her into custody? There is a little girl upstairs, Julia. I'm going to bundle her up and drive her to the prison. There is one reunion I want to be part of.
You won't be able to prove anything, not anything.
Mrs. Belafonte, now that we know what really happened, we'll be able to prove everything. You and Larry will spill so much about each other to save your own necks, we'll have to put gags into your mouths. It always works that way, doesn't it, Sergeant?
Always.